Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. So let's see, it's about 3:15, 11.3 degrees Celsius, 59% humidity. It's been like kind of overcast today, good sleeping weather, but so my batteries aren't charged. So about 3:10. It is November 13th, 2015. 53.3 on that, and this says welcome to Friday. What am I up to? You guys know I'm working on a couple of different projects. Well, 3 of them I guess at the same time. We got this guy, we got the Baja Warrior torque converter, and we got the snow blower over here. So there's the 3 projects. To move these projects forward real time, because I'm still working part-time, but I'm still at work close to 30 hours a week, right? And with night shifts switching back and forth, to make progress, you have to find solutions to certain problems. Now, you guys remember the situation with the pulleys on the snowblower. The engine that came off of the snowblower was a 9 horsepower Tecumseh. And by the way, the 3rd Craftsman snowblower with 9 horsepower Tecumseh is on Craigslist. I bought one of the 3, and that's the one sitting outside. But there's 2 more with blown 9 horsepower engines. So I'm not quite sure what Tecumseh did with that particular engine, but 3 of them blew up. I don't know how many hours they went. Typically around here, you're lucky if you snow blow. What do we get? Like, call it 5 storms, depending on the size of your driveway. You snow blow for, call it on the average 2 hours. Most snow blowers then only get 10. Call it 20 hours of use a year. If it's 5 years old, it has between 50 and 100 hours. So it appears as if those engines seem to blow up at somewhere between 50 and 100 hours. They all appear to be the same age. Okay, anyway, as I'm swapping the engine, I decided to go with a $100 Predator. This is an old Predator. The new ones are black. Actually, this I think is known as a Grey Hound. It's really not known as a Predator. It's known as a Grey Hound. Same engine, same Tiger, different spots. And to go from a 3/4 inch shaft size to a 7/8 shaft size, one could do one of a couple of different things. You can buy a pulley at Tractor Supply, but if you guys remember, there's the inner pulley here that's made out of these 2 pieces that kind of smash together. So that solution, I could get this, right? This is pretty standard, but getting the inner one wasn't going to be that easy. So on eBay, I found these shims, sleeves, whatever you want to call them, and they obviously work real nice, right? Nice. So that'll get things set up properly. I have a keyway here and a keyway here. So what I'm going to have to do is slit this and set it up so that as the engine pushes, so to speak, which I guess she'll be pushing against which side? Which way are you turning? Okay, so she's going to be pushing. She's going to be pushing against this side, so I have to set it up so that keyway is resting up against this keyway, and the shim will get all the spacing properly set up properly. And I'm going to do that with the 2-piece pulley also. Anyway, these things are an eBay deal. They come in different sizes. If you spend like, what is it, over 25 bucks or something like that, the shipping's free. These were like $3 each. So I bought, no, I guess if you spend 20 bucks, shipping's free, because 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Huh. Must be if you spent over 15 bucks, shipping was free. Anyway, so they were $3 each, and they came from this person. I guess he makes them. Took less than a week to get here. I think if you need anything from him, he'll custom make it for you. So I kind of like that. Nice small business guy doing good things and selling things real reasonable. So that's solution number 1. Situation number 2, I was looking for exhaust studs for this guy, right? Remember, they were snapped off. To put OEM Honda exhaust studs on there, typically a pair is somewhere between $15 and $20. Well, I like it a lot better when you could get 25 of them for 30 bucks, which is a little over $1 each. I don't know, $1.10 each, I guess. $1.20 each to be exact, almost. Anyway, I know, because I looked it up, these are M6 with a pitch of 1.0 hex nut, and they smashed the nut is part of it. That part I wasn't thrilled about. I would have liked to be able to take those M6 1.0 pitch nuts right off, just in case I need one somewhere else, right? Anyway, the thing I could do also, if I want to use these just as a long exhaust stud, I can grind these down, so that'll be the space that the exhaust manifold flange sits in, right? So I would tighten down on this side. The exhaust manifold flange would sit where that nut is, and this part here would thread into the engine. Anyway, I checked them, and I'm able to, tighten them by finger, which is good. That means the threads are all nice, and currently, other than the leftover PB blaster that's on there, I don't have anti-seize or anything. This is where these came from, and what I really liked about both these guys is I ordered the stuff and I had it in a matter of a couple of days. I think I ordered this stuff last Monday. I think I ordered it on Monday, and today's Friday, and I have it all. I think it was Sunday or Monday I ordered it. Let's call it Sunday. So I ordered it on Sunday. It probably got in the mail Monday, and I have both orders by Friday. Could one do any better than that? It's almost quicker for me to do things this way than to start hitting the local hardware stores and Honda shop and all the other junk, right? You got to set time aside to do that, and in this case I can just, excuse the expression, but wham bam, and it's here, right? Saves a lot of time. These extra exhaust studs, they actually have a place to live. This is kind of my Honda hardware cabinet, right? You can see I got This is another way I figure out what size bolt something is, right? I have these in the bag all labeled up. And then when I need to figure out what size a bolt is, I can just go, oh, this is an M6 1.0, 16 millimeter. Do I need something longer than this? A lot longer than this? Twice as long as this? Well, twice as long as this means I would be looking at something 2 times as long. Right? I obviously know the M6 and 1.0 because it'll thread right in the hole. So that's been working out well for me. And on these two, I'm just going to consider them hardware. Even though it's Baja Warrior, I'm going to pop that in here too to keep it nice and safe. At work, when I was in a procurement organization, I worked for a major corporation. And for a long time, the major corporation used to want specialized solutions for everything. So when you would order a part, you would always order custom parts. The nice thing about ordering custom parts when you're building a machine is it's harder to copy. And a lot of those parts were patented or copyrighted. So somebody couldn't just, bag your essential part and duplicate your machine. As time passed, though, and specifically I used to work on crystals and oscillators. If you want an oscillator that gives you a nice sine wave at the frequency of a watch, those are very, very common, ungodly common, like pennies. If you want one that oscillates a little above that or a little below it, it's a custom build, and it goes from pennies to dollars. So one of the things they were after us to do when I was an engineer with this procurement organization was to move to as many standard solutions as possible, because if you're building, in my case, mainframe computers, and you have 10,000 components in there, and 5,000 of them could be standard components at pennies a piece, rather than having all 10,000 of them being specialized components at dollars or hundreds or thousands of dollars a piece. You obviously try to move yourself toward the standard solutions, the more standard pieces. In a way, that's kind of what eBay does, right? This guy knows that people need these adapters all the time, so he probably sets up his machine or buys a length of pipe that's custom made from wherever he gets it, and he just cuts those out. Well, mass production, obviously, those pieces get to be real cheap. Same with these flange bolts, right? These are probably a standard assembly out there, something that's fairly common to use. And believe it or not, from the research I did, they seem to be commonly used on pump flanges. I don't know if they're vacuum pumps, water pumps, or all the above, but they seem to be used frequently on pump flanges, chemical pumps. So the nice thing is, if you can find a standard solution to whatever you're trying to do, you can save a lot of money. The portable ignition system, right? That's basically using, what is it called? The GY6, which is a very, very common Honda motor used all over the world in scooters. It's using the 12-volt GY6 ignition system, and our friends in China copied that. So there's a very standard solution out there that's really cheap. It's really mass-produced. You don't have to buy a specialized Honda solution. Same with like the pit bike ignitions. They're so mass-produced now that if you could adapt that to fit on a 200S, and you can, right? Now you have a standard solution once again that costs just mere pennies. Good things, bad things, right? People could copy what you do, but if you're trying to get your Honda running and you don't have a lot of coin in your pocket, it makes life a lot easier. Okay, folks, I want to thank you guys for watching and commenting and subscribing. Obviously, I got these three projects going. The snowblower, right? This guy, and the Baja Warrior. And I'm also working on, and will always be working on, trying to get my stuff organized. Some stuff is moving up here that has to go to the attic. Like I got a box of these things up in the attic, and that has to go and join him. Quite honestly, that weed whacker should be up in the attic for the winter. Seeing as I already found an opened motor, right? I just discovered that. This boxed up one is going to go up in the attic also, just to someplace safe so it's not in the way constantly. Okay, folks, once again, thanks for watching, comments, and subscribing. Remember to keep your feet down, keep your head up, and please, please get out there and enjoy all your days. It's going to snow soon. Ain't none of us getting any younger, so get out there. Have fun. You don't know when you're going to be called. All right, take care now. Bye.